everyone, it's Karen. Thanks for joining me. I want to talk today about what happens after you get sober. I've been able to help a lot of people find sobriety, and a lot of you have joined me on my Facebook group, a program of recovery to take people through the 12 steps. And usually when I meet people and they want to come and do this, or I invite them to come, it's because they're desperate. They have hit a wall, right? They're just like they've tried everything and they cannot stay sober. And the way I got sober is to me, it's just foolproof way to get sober. And it's a disciplined program of action for anybody that wants to change their life, not just the person who's suffering from alcoholism or addiction. And so people go through it and they're like really excited and they're like, okay, I want to, sorry, I have some hair in my eyes. I want to make this change. What do I do? And I say, okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to do this. And they do it. And then we start the steps and they do what they need for step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, right? The 12 steps. They go all the way through to step 12. And they are so excited. And their life has changed in a very short time, right? And there's something, I don't know if it's in the human mind. I don't know if it's just in the alcoholic mind. I don't know if it's just my mind. Obviously, it's in a lot of people's mind. Because it says 12 steps, and you've done the 12 steps, that you're done. Okay? And so people get through the 12 steps, and then they're so happy, and they back up. And what do I mean by backing up? They quit doing the very things that got them through the 12 steps, right? So the 12 steps are not just something you do, they're the way you live. They're a way of living, a design for living that really works. So steps 1, 2, and 3, a lot of you have heard in meetings before, the old timers will say, step 1 is I can't, step 2 is he can, and 3 is I'm going to let him. Okay, I can't, he can, I'll let him, or her, the higher power. So that's pretty much, to me, the first 3 are really a deflation of ego. I can't do this anymore. I have fucked up my life. My hair is on fire. I need help. Step 2 is I see that all of you seem to be living happy, joyous, and free. And I think that I am willing to do what you did so I can stay sober. That's step 3. Just to go on with the rest. I'm willing to do the rest of the steps. Then steps 4 through 9 are to really break me out of my delusion, my alcoholic delusion of who I am. I have on these fake glasses, remember the glasses? And my glasses aren't working. My glasses are lying to me. Things aren't good. People do know, right? I'm not who I thought I was. I'm going to die, right? I mean, those are things you don't really realize when you're in it. You kind of justify and rationalize that everything's okay. Nobody knows. People know, right? So these steps, it shifts your perception, 4 through 9. It's what has to happen, a psychic change, so that you can stay sober. It talks about it in the doctor's opinion. You have to have a psychic change. You have to look at things differently. And I'm going to tell you something I saw. My very dear friend, who's in recovery, sent me a video. It was a girl on TikTok. And I posted it the other day in my stories. I don't know if you saw it or not. It should go viral. This girl is talking. She's in her car, and she says, oh my gosh, I was just kind of verbally assaulted. This kid rode by on his bike, and he tapped on my window. Roll down your window. And she kind of rolled it down a little bit. And he said, what did he say? He called her a white bitch. Fuck you, white bitch. You want to be tased? I'm going to tase you, you fucking white bitch. And she's telling us this, and she says, I have to tell you something. I recently lost a lot of weight. And that was the first time I've been verbally assaulted and not called a fat bitch. And she said, I am so excited. He called me a white bitch. He didn't call me a fat bitch. Best Friday ever, she says. And I'm not kidding. And you can see she's like really pleased with herself. That to me is a shift of perception. That is when you can take something horrible and try to find something good about it. And she says that best Friday ever, right? She could have been like, oh my God, I lost all this weight and now they're calling me, it's still not good enough. No, she took it as a win, right? It's not that anything changed but her perception. That's what Alcoholics Anonymous will do for you. It's not like you're going to get through Alcoholics Anonymous and buy the winning scratcher at the market. It's not like you're going to go to Alcoholics Anonymous and you win the lotto. No, you go to Alcoholics Anonymous and you get to live free in your head. You get to see yourself for what you truly are. I mean, when I did the steps 4 through 9, I got to see that the common denominator of problems in my life was not my parents. It wasn't because I was adopted. It wasn't because I grew up in Spokane, Washington. It wasn't because, whatever, right? My education, my lack of education. It wasn't because I got eyes like Marty Feldman, you know what I mean? I've used every example in the book, all these reasons, right? It's not because of that. It's because of my thinking about it. See, my thinking has been wrong. My thinking is bad. I've been blaming people. I had to realize the way I was responding to my life is the problem. I'm the problem. Not the guy yelling at me, you're a white bitch, in through the window. Because in her case, she thought about it different, and he made her day. Right? Do you see that? So that's what 4 and 9 are there to tell me. Hello, you will have an abnormal state of mind and body. That's why your life was on fire. That's why you came here for help. And now you want a new way to go? Well, you are the problem, Karen. The way you're thinking about your life is the problem. You're not grateful. You blame everybody. You take zero responsibility. You're selfish and self-centered to the core, right? So I had to know that so I could move forward. Does it mean it went away? No. But at least I'm on a clean playing field with the rest of the planet. I know I'm an intolerant, petty bitch. And I can ask God for help. And I can try every day to do better. But before, I didn't even know that. I thought you were an intolerable, crazy, blaming bitch, right? I didn't think I was. So I had to learn that. Now, once I learned that, what do? 10, 11, and 12. Those are the maintenance steps. Those steps have to be done every day. What are those steps? Well, now that I've cleaned up the past and I've cleared up my slate and everything's A-okay, I got to keep it that way. If I fuck up during the day, step 10, I got to clean it up immediately. There's no hanging on to grudges. There's no sleeping with the enemy kind of thing. I got to clean that up right away because my sobriety and sanity depends on it. That's step 10. I got to clean it up every day. I got to admit, I'm wrong. I must have seen something wrong. Sometimes I've said I'm wrong to people that I don't even think I'm wrong. But you know what? Doesn't matter. I don't want to get caught up in that. Right? I'm sorry. I should have done better. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have responded. I'm sorry I said that. How can I help? That's the attitude I have to have today. It's humbling. Right? Step 11 is a safety net, right? It's going to keep me living in this 24 hours a day. That's all I have. I'm not sober forever. People think they've done the 12 steps of sober forever. You get one day at a time. So in the morning you wake up and you do a morning meditation, page 86, 87, and 88. And at night you do an inventory. So in case you forgot and you messed up during the day, you can clean it up at night. You can look at any fear that you have. What's going on with Karen today? Karen's got a mental illness called alcoholism, and she doesn't see things right. So let's really look at what happened today. Let's see, how's Karen doing? Do I owe an apology today? Was I frightened? Was I angry? Why? Do I owe an apology? I'll make it tomorrow, right? Is there something bugging me? Sometimes you can go through the day and something can be under your skin and you don't even know it. You just feel irritated, and then you think, wonder what happened. And you got to go back to your texts and your conversations to figure out, oh, that's what it was. That's what the 11th step. And the 12th step is helping someone else. You have to pass this on. If you don't be helpful, if you're not helpful, if your life doesn't become about giving rather than receiving, about understanding rather than to be understood, you're not going to be able to stay sober. So 10, 11, and 12 have to be done every day. And when people go through the 12 steps and they go, I got it, I'm out, and they leave, and then they relapse and they go, why didn't it work? And they don't want to do it again because they, well, I did the 12 steps and it didn't work. No, you didn't do the 12 steps. You pretty much did 1 through 9 and you stopped on 10, 11, and 12. 10, 11, and 12 have to be consistently done. Consistency. One day at a time. You cannot win today's game on yesterday's score. It doesn't matter. Relapse doesn't just attack people with 5 days or 5 months or 5 years. It can do 50 years. It can do 40 years. It can do 20 years. It doesn't matter. If you are not enlarging your spiritual life by using steps 10, 11, and 12 every day, you're not going to make it. Now, how can you be helpful? Well, the reason meeting makers make it is because nowadays, all the people that need help come to meetings. So if you want to find people that need help, don't look at your cousin, don't look at your brother, don't look at, this guy at work that needs help. If they want help, they'll go to AA. Help the people in AA. Go to meetings, keep the doors open, put money in the basket, pick up books, pour coffee, right? Whatever it is you need to do to support the newcomer, that's what you're going to do. Help them through the steps. How do you do that? You've done the steps yourself. You can take them through the same way. Consistency is the key. It's not what you know. It's not doing the steps once a year, because every time you take someone through the steps, you're doing your steps again. So, consistency. It's the hardest thing for an alcoholic because we want to get comfortable again. The only way to get comfortable, if you're suffering from a mental abnormal illness called alcoholism, is to get busy in 10, 11, and 12. 10, 11, and 12. Consistently. I love you all. Thanks for listening.